They say it's up there. And it ain't nothing to discuss there. Pillow talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, why they do that at? In position for that pile, I can't get that back. I got that shit on me now, we don't play like that. Don't do me no favors, send my paper to the bank. Can't stand a hoe, thirsty bitch, can't get shit to drink. This shit is cool until it ain't. Red devil dog, can't even get a crumb, no it can't. Train killer boy, I try to keep it humble, but I'm in with. No, they do not like it, but they better keep it friendly. Ain't going out like that. Got a whole lot of soldiers, a whole lot of guns. Niggas win shit in no Bentley. Trying to talk it out, but I really think we passed that. He ain't got the zeal, he can see that shit on cash out. Show the nose high in the air, cause I asked that. Listen, bitch, fuck that pussy out on pile. They say it's up there. And it ain't nothing to discuss there. Pillow talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, why they do that at? In position for that pile, I can't get that back. I got that shit on me now, we don't play like that. If the nigga cross the line, he must want me to step a son. Got it hard, moving it on that like George Jefferson. Got the bag, yes indeed. Got the whole recipe. Got the bitch begging please, cause it's like the referee. Nigga think I'm tripping about that shit. Not at all. Niggas couldn't keep it true around this bitch, and I'm a ball. Hold on, let me get the scoop on this nigga. Think he flow. Had to tell my man the truth about that bitch, cause that's my dog. They say it's up there. And it ain't nothing to discuss there. Pillow talking with revenge, we like best friends. Just left Atlanta, now I'm in Bama on the West End. Blood on 125th, don't you know about that? I can't fall out with my niggas, why they do that at? In position for that pile, I can't get that back. I got that shit on me now, we don't play like that. It's up this thing, yeah.
Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemar, Allah Dun Bashem Yahushua to all the sisters. I'm Priest and Officer Kamada holding it down for the Lashawan Qadash from Southern California. And we also going live in Vegas. The water for tuning in. This is the Lashawan Qadash, the scripture, the Hebrew language. First and foremost, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahana. So Lashawan Qadash is the class that's going to set you up for the Sabbath service. Right, so we're going to go over some verses that are going to be read in the Sabbath service just to get you familiar with some of the words that are going to be read in the Sabbath service. So that way, you know what's being said, and also so you can learn and train your mind to recognize these words and these characters, right? So Lashawan Qadash, again, if this is your first time tuning in, this is the Hebrew. Salakia, these characters up here are the ancient Hebrew characters, and then we have the Assyrian characters. You would pronounce the characters, even though they look different from each other, you will still pronounce them the same way. And we're going to go over that when we go into the characters. right? The pronunciations, the characters, right? So what you have here, what you will be reading, if you understand the Hebrew, which you will, come to learn if you keep tuning in and you keep, practicing the language. With practice comes perfection, right? So we have Lashawan Qadash, and in the Hebrew, everything is read from right to left, right? So this is in the Assyrian, Lashawan Qadash, Lashawan, so like it, Lashawan Qadash. And if we were to be reading this, um, like spelling it out so you could understand what's being said over here, it'll say La, which we have here, La, Sha, Sha, right? La, Sha, one. The wa and the na, right? The wa and the na come together to pronounce one. Lashawan, qua. We have a qua, right? Qua, dash, 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 right? Which would translate to holy tongue. So Lashawan would be the tongue, and that is what the tongue would do, would be the movement to create language, to create language. And Qadash means holy. Holy means separate. So this is a language that is separate from every language that you have on the planet, right? And this language is given to so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is our ethnic language given to us by the Most High Power. And so now you come to think, like, how do we get to speak English and Spanish? And that was through slavery, right? Through the conquering that the oppressor did. They forced us by the sword to forsake our heritage, meaning our culture, our language, right? Everything that was given to us by the Most High Power due to our disobedience to the Lord, right? So what we're doing is we're taking everything back. We are learning everything back because the so-called Jewish man, right, who everybody believes to be the Jew on earth, is a bastard, and the language that he speaks, which would be the Yiddish and the modern Hebrew, right? That is a bastardized Hebrew, right? A lot of that, the Yiddish especially, has a lot of German words in there, almost like Spanglish. So what you have, like German and Hebrew come together to make the Yiddish, right? Even the modern Hebrew, some of the words they still pronounce the same, right? The imposter will always deny it, right? My slavery, they sent me with my shield, and I was asked me, were you born in Israel? Do you speak Hebrew? And so I speak to them in the Hebrew, and they'll look at me like it's a foreign language, and I'm like, well, I thought you spoke Hebrew. And so I tell them, like, well, the Hebrew that you speak, I start breaking it down to them. That was denied. They were like, oh no, that's not the Yiddish. That is the modern. That is the Hebrew. I'm like, oh no, that is like modern Hebrew, right? If it's not Yiddish, it is modern Hebrew. Why don't you guys say it like this, right? So I always ask them, like, how do you say shield? Right? I don't know why they call it a star. They themselves are like, oh, I'm glad to see that you weren't the Star of David. I'm like, oh, this is not a star. And I tell them, like, what? How do you say this in the Hebrew? They'll say Magin. I'm like, well, in the ancient Hebrew is Magun. I'm like, and it means shield, right? They're like, yes, it means shield. I'm like, why you call it a star? Right? And there are a stupid people. They don't know anything about the shield of David, right? So With that being said, we're going to go into the characters, and then we're going to proceed with the scriptures that we're going to read and translate. Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Ha, Za, Wa, Ra, Sha, Ba, Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Kha, Kha, La, Ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, qua, ra, sha, ba. So here we have the Assyrian characters, which is 22 characters in the Assyrian Hebrew, and we have the Salakia. Ancient Hebrew, we have 22 characters in the ancient Hebrew, and then we have 27 characters in the Assyrian Hebrew. So we're going to read them. We're going to pronounce them, Salaki. We're going to pronounce the characters out loud, right? That's what's going to help you also get familiar with the characters. You know what they look like. You know how to pronounce them, right? A, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, kwa, ra, sha, the. Again in the Assyrian, a, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, kwa, ra, sha, the. Now, going back to the Assyrian, right? The Assyrian has 5 characters with double characters, and I'm going to underline them. We use a blue to underline the main character. Right, and these characters with the blue underline will only be seen and used in the beginning or the middle of a word. And I'm going to underline the second, how would you say that, Salakia? Secondary character in the red underline. So I identify it as the secondary character. And these characters will only be identified at the end of a word. So I'm going to leave this up real quick. Hey, shalom, sis. Yahweh Shemal Dabashem Yahushai. Sis, if you would like a Hebrew, what is this called? Salakia. A Hebrew alphabet chart. All right, what you have here. Drop your email in the chat, and I could get this to you so you could have this for your studies. I could also send you prayers. I could also send you whatever we have in hand to further your studies. Lock you. So today we're going to go into Genesis, the 19th chapter. And this chapter is pertaining. What we're going to read is pertaining into Lot. So it's going to be Genesis 19 and 33. So it's Genesis 19 and 33. And it reads, Wa ba Lasha Yan. Wa Lasha Koyan. Ah, and they may drink. They may drink. Ah, Abba, Abahan. Ah, Abayahan. Abayahan, their father. Their father, Yayan. Wine. Yayan, Ba, Bayalaya. Fala Yala. Falayala. Falayala. That means night. Uh-uh. That's why uh walk and went in and went in ha Makaya Makaya uh, Ka Ya Makaya, the firstborn. The firstborn Wa Bashakav 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 and lay off with and lay with Abaya 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 with Wa Father, proceed. Yada I. He proceed. Va. Sha. Shakab. Va Shakab. When she lay down, nor when she rose. All right, so I'm going to read it in the English. Genesis 19 and 33. So like it. Genesis 19 and 33. And they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she rose. So like when she arose. So just to give you the backstory, this is when the Lord had destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and it was like a total of 5 cities. And the Lord told Lot and his family to leave and don't turn back. And Lot's wife turned back, and she turned into a pillar of salt. And Lot and his 2 daughters continued to move on. And Lot's daughters believed that they were the only ones alive on earth. So both the daughters came together and said that they must lay down with their fathers so they could multiply. Or I'm not going to say fruitful, but to multiply. And this is where it gets into it, right? So again, and they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn went in, right? So both the daughters made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn, the oldest daughter, went in and lay with her father, right? She committed incest with her father. And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. So in the Hebrew, we have in the Hebrew, it is wa, tasha, Shakwayan. Wata Shakwayan. Abaya. Abayahan. Yayan. Ba. La. So like a ba la ya la. Ba ya la ya. Hawa. Watha. So like Watha. Ba'a. Watha ba'a. Haba kwa yara. Watha Shakab. Watha Shakab. Abaya. Wala'a. Yadai. Bashakab. Waba. So like a Waba. Kwa. Waba Kwa. So like let me Waba Kwawam. Waba Kwam. Waba Kwawama. Waba Kwawama. So we have Wa is a preposition. I'm going to circle that. And it means and. Wa means and. And here we have the word Taqwa, so like a Tasha Kwayan. So the word is Shakwa. Shakwa. Shakwa is the root word, which means to give drink. To give to drink. Right? It's to give to drink. So they made drink, or it's cause to drink. Cause to drink, give to drink. The word would be shakwa. We have tha shakwa ya. So like a tha shakwayan. Let's see if kwayan is a so yan is plural. The they, right? The they is plural in the feminine. So who's giving the drink? They made drink. They made drink. The they is the sisters, right? They made drink, and the yun is a prefix or a possessive to mean plural in the feminine. So the who, the they. Ath, Abba, Yahan. So Hun, Salaka. Let me see if I could put these together. So Yun is they in the feminine. put an F in parentheses. The they in the feminine, plural. And Han is also um, is there in the feminine. Right? Their father, Yayan. Yayan is wine. Yayan, wine. Then we have Ba La Yala. And the root word is like Layal. Layal. And Layal is night.
Yeah, the Atta,
The Af.
Atta, that means what?
We're here.
No, the first after they feminine.
This.
Yeah.
The Af.
Atta,
Af. Af.
Ah.
Yeah, the Af is so the who they made drink to? Af, their father. So it pertains to who they made the drink to. So they didn't make drinks for themselves, right? Because it says, and they made drink. But Af is they made drink for their father, not for themselves, right? So for their fathers, they made drink. Af, their father. So it is. Let me see. It's a direct object.
I was gonna ask. So does that mean it's like four? Like
No, I'm gonna look up the definition of direct object. A noun phrase denoting a person or thing that is the recipient of the action. So the action is the drinking or the drink that's made. The recipient is the father. The recipient of the action of a transitive verb. For example, the dog and Jimmy fed the dog.
So the transitive verb would be made drink.
Con. And the recipient is the father. Right. So so in the scriptures, you're always going to see Af when it comes to the children of Israel. So when you read it in the Hebrew, nobody can say that the Bible is for everyone because this word Af, the recipient, every time the Lord says this, and that, my people, sometimes it'll say my people instead of saying like house of Israel. Ah, house of Israel. Ah, children of Jacob, or you know what I'm saying. So nobody can say, oh, spiritually I'm an Israelite. No, it's the recipient are the descendants, right, of the Israelites. So it's is the pertaining to the verb that the Lord is saying. Ba La Yala, right? The root word is Layal, which is night. me see. Night. Ha'ah. Right? Ha'ah. So like a Hawa. Hawa is that it. That right? It is that him, same, this, he, which, who, such, or in. This word could be used in multiple manners, but here is how so like a how is that's why taba'a means and. Let's see if I could. And taba'a is so the root word is bawa'a. And it is to go in, enter, come, go, come in. So to enter, right? When in, taba'a. Then we have ha. Ha is a preposition, which means the. And we have baka yara. Baka yara. Baka yara. Baka yara means firstborn daughter. Firstborn of women. Always used of woman. So there's the firstborn of woman. Right? So the firstborn of the woman, right? The sisters. No.
Is it feminine because of the little thing on the top?
No, this pertains to this. The there. That's what you see the feminine because this is the hun.
No, where it says the firstborn.
The firstborn.
You said it pertains to daughter.
Yeah. This word. Ba kwa yara. Bakwayara. Bakwayara is the firstborn pertaining to the firstborn one of the women. And then we have wa, which is and, preposition, and. So like, let me see if there's any questions. Okay, la'a, fa, shakab, fa shakab, wa fa shakab, and the root word is shakab. Shakab is to lie down and lie. To lie, and this is to lie of sexual relations, right? Because you have to lie down in death, right? Parentheses. And this is to lie down of sexual relations. So it's tha, shakab. Let's see. Bashakab, Ah, right, with Abaya, Abaya, right? So Abba is father, and the Ha here, Abaya, the Ha. The Ha is her. So Abaya, Abaya, her father. This is the Ha here is a possessive or prefix to mean her. Wa la'a, wa and la'a means no or not. La'a means no or not. Right in the sometimes we'll ask like are you good? Are you hungry? Right? And you'll say Khan. Khan means yes. Or we'll say la'a, I'm tawad, like no, I'm good. Right? So that's a word that we use uh, a lot. La'a. So wa la'a and not, yada I, yada I is to know. So like yada I. You see? Okay, Khan. And it's the biblical usage is to know, learn to know, to perceive and see, find out, and discern, right? Perceive. Ya da'ai, basha, kaba, basha, kaba, and the root word is shakab. So is the ba. So again, the ha here is a possessive that means she. Right? Shakab. Shakab is to lie down. Right? We have it here again. Shakab. Shakab. Ba shakab. Ba shakaba. When she lie down, right? Again, shakab means can be used as to lie down. In this context, is of sexual relations. Then we have wa ba kawa kawama. Ba, it's like a wa ba kawama. So we have ba wa kawama. So the root word is kawam. Kawam, to rise, arise. Stand, rise up, stand up, right? To arise. and when she arose, right? Why? So like ignore when she arose. So we have a ha as a possessive, which means the she. The she. The Hawam is arise or rose. So let me see. Con, I'm gonna go to the our stance on Palestine and Israel is that we don't support neither side. We are against the Palestinians and the Israelis. So let me present this. I'm gonna share this screen. See, do it like that. So you want to take these vowel points because there is no vowels in the ancient Hebrew. We're gonna do forward line. Forward line means just how it is here, from right to left. That's forward line. So that's how we're gonna read it here. So wa, tasha, kwayan, a, abayahan, yayan, bala yala. So like bala yala, awa wa, taba ha, bakayara, wa, tashakab, a, abaya, wala Yadaya, Ba Shakab, Ba Shakab, so like a Ba Shakaba, Waba Kwawa, so like a Wa Ba Kwawa, Ba, so like a Wa Ba Kwawama. Right, and again, if you want to, so down here, just to help you understand, so we have the Wa, Tasha Kwayan, so the root word, the Wa is a preposition to mean and. The root word here is shakwa. So when you look it up, Strong's 8248, and you read it, is to give drink, cause to drink, to give drink, right? So, and they made drink. Meaning the recipient of the drink is their father, Abba Han. So Abba is her father. The hun is again a possessive or prefix that means there in the feminine. Yayan, wine, ba, layala. The root word is layal, which means night. Right, night. Hawa'a, wa taba'a, and taba'a. The root word is bawa'a, H935, which means to go in, enter. And when in, ha, the, and that's a prefix, it's like a preposition, prefix, means the. Bakayara means firstborn of the woman. The root word is bakayara. When you look it up, I'm going to tell you the biblical usage, which means firstborn daughter, firstborn of woman, always used of woman. Wa, tashakab, right? And the root word is shakab, which means to lie down in the manner of sexual relations. Ath, with. So the recipient of who they lie down, the recipient is the father. Abaya, which means the ha here is a possessive that means her. Abaya, the root word is Abba, which is the father. Wa la'a means and. La'a is not. Yadaya, it's like a Yadai. Yadai is perceive. Oh, so like let me. So when you look it up, Yadai, H3045. You have to know, learn, to know, learn to know, to perceive, right? Finding out, meaning that he didn't know, and perceive not. Where am I? Selected. And her father not perceive ba shakab, also like a ba shakaba, shakab, right? Shakab is a root word which means to lie down in the manner of sexual relations. The ha is a possessive to mean she. Wa ba, so like wa ba kwa wama, wa ba kwa wama. And the root word is kwam. So like the root word is quam. Quam means arise or arose, arise, right? To arise, to rise. That's what we say, Quam Yasha Allah. That means rise Israel. If you've been in the school long enough, you should be familiar with Quam, with the word Quam, because we say Quam Yasha Allah. Yasha Allah. Do you care about so-called Black, Latino, and Native American babies? Do you care about so-called Black, Latino, and Native American babies? Answer that question. Don't come on our platform asking questions when you should be asking questions going back to the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American babies before you start asking about any other babies from other nations. We're going to go into verse 34. We're going to continue to verse 34. Wahaya. And it came to pass, Mom, Mama Kara, Mama Kara, on the morrow, Wa, Wafa Amar, Wafa Amar, that said, Ba, Ka, Ya, Ha Bakayara. Right? Ha Bakayara, which means the firstborn. Right? Ha is the Bakayara, firstborn of the woman. Al, I mean unto. Ha Tazayara. Tazayara. The younger. Han, behold. Shah, Shab, Shak, Shak, Shakabathia. Shakabathia. I lay. I lay Amash. Yes, yesterday. Yesterday, with Abaya, my father. When my father, Nasha Kwanawa, Na, Nasha Kwa, oh, my, Nasha Kwa, Nasha Kwanawa. Let us make him drink. Yeah, Yan. Wan. Gum. Also. Ha. La ya la. Ha la ya la this night. This night. Wa. Ba. Wapa aya. And go thou and go thou in Sha Shakavya lie and what and what with him wa wanaka wanakaya wanakaya that we may preserve we may preserve ma of our father's seed. Zarai. Za Zarai, the seed. So I'm gonna read it in the English. Genesis 19 and 34, and it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said unto the younger, Behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. Right. So again, because the sisters believe that they were the father and them themselves were the only ones alive, that they needed to preserve seed to multiply. So they came with a wicked idea to lie down with their own father instead of going out into another country, into another land to meet uh, men, right? So they committed a they committed wickedness by lying down with their own father and believe in the belief of preserving seed, right? Instead of preserving someone else's seed, that they wanted to preserve their father's seed, because again, the Lord had destroyed 5 cities, and they believed that the Lord had destroyed the earth, right? Or so they believed that they were the only ones alive, and from uh, these 2 sisters and the father is where you have the Mongoloid nations, which would be the Chinese, right? You have Mawa'aba. Salakia. Let me get this. Let me see, where do I have it? Um, okay, so you have, right, Moab. Moab is in the English. Mawa'aba are the Chinese. This is where you have the, right, that's why these people look like they have Down syndrome, because when incest is committed, the seed or the baby will come out looking like they have Down syndrome, and that's how these people look, right? The Chinese and the Japanese, right? In the Hebrew, because this is what I'm going to end the class, Salakia. But if you go back a few weeks, or more than a few weeks, right? We had a class where we broke down the nations, and Salakia for not having that title, but in there, break down the Chinese are the Moab, which in the Hebrew is Mawa'aba, and it means of mother and father, of his mother and father. That's what it means, Mawa'aba, of mother and father, of his mother and father, meaning of and the father and the mother that is saying of is siblings, or right, the father and the daughter, or the mother and the son, meaning of incest, right, of mother and father. And Japanese is Ammon. In the Hebrew is Amawan, Imawan, which means it means people of itself. Right? They were born from their father being made drunk by his 2 daughters that thought that the end of the world happened, so they planned to mate with their father. And they have something called Mongoloism, which is Down syndrome. That's what it is. Now, let's go. Let's go into the Salakia. The whole time I forgot to turn it over. So lucky about that. Y'all missed the whole, but you know, if you could zoom in. Let's see. We can't do much about it now. Salakia again. We're gonna go into the Blue Letter Bible. Let's get verse 34. Right, we gotta take these vowel points, front line, so like a forward line. Let's see if we can do this. No, just keep it like that. Okay, so we have Yahaya. So wa is and, or maybe I could do that. So like, let me go back to the board because I need to. So we have preposition. Wa means and. Yahaya. The root word is haya. The root word is haya, which means to be, become, come to pass. And we have wa means and it came to pass. Wa haya. Right? And it came to pass. Ma. So ma as a preposition means of or from, right? So karath. Karath is the so like a karath. Karath is the morrow, the day after, right? The day after the older sister or the firstborn sister lie with the father, right? In the manner of sexual, what was it? Salakia. What was the word? In the manner of sexual relations. Right? So after the firstborn sister lied down with her father in the manner of sexual relations, right? So mama, karath, wa, that means Amar, right? That said, Amar, so like Amar is the root word, which means said. Again, we have the, which is a preposition to mean the. Ba, Bakayara. Bakayara means the firstborn of the woman. Al, unto. Ha is the. Taza'ayara. Taza'ayara, which means young, younger, youngest. Little, insignificant, young. Right? So the younger daughter, Hun, which means behold, lo, or though, if as well. So Hun, Shakabathia, right? Shakabathia. Again, the root word is shakab, which means lie, to lie in the manner of sexual relations. Amash, yesterday or last night, right? Yesternight. With abaya, right? The ya means my. That's a possessive to mean my. Abba, father. Abaya is my father, right? Abaya, my father, right? You'll hear in the prayers, we'll say Abba Nawa. Nawa is our father. So it's Abba Nawa Abaya, my father. Now, we have Nashakonawa. Nashakonawa. So the root word again, Nawa, is us or our, right? Shakwa. Shakwa is a root word which means to give to drink, right? Cause to drink. Let us make him drink. So na shakwa nawa. So nawa means us. So right. So let us nashakwa, which was so like the root word is shakwa, which means to give to drink, right? Yayan, wine. Gum, gum, gum. Which gum is, let's see if it has another. Also, even, indeed, moreover. So also or moreover. Ha la yala. Ha la yala. Right? That means layal is night. Right? The root word is layal, which means night. This night. This night we have wa and ba'aya. So ba'a means to go in, enter. And then we have shakabya, lie. Right? Again, lie in the manner of sexual relations. I'm what? So I'm is with. And the what, let me see. The wa is a possessive, is he, his, him. Right? With I'm what? I'm what? And then we have wa nakaya, wa nakaya. So khaya is to live, to have life. And then we to preserve alive. So like to preserve to give life. And we have like ma abba yanawa. Ma abba yanawa. That means of. Ma is a prefix or preposition to mean of or from abba yanawa. So nawa is our. Abba yanawa, right? Ma abba yanawa, of our father. Za ra'ai. Zarai. Zarai is seed, offspring. Seed, offspring. So I'm gonna present that in the blue letter before we end it. Most High in Christ, I was able to. I forgot to go into that. Let me show the screen. So again, wa Yahaya, and Haya is come to pass. So if we again, you want to click this green highlighted section, and it brings up the word in the Hebrew. You go to the Strong's, click on it, takes you to the description of the word. To be, become, come to pass. Right? Came to pass. Wa Yahaya, and it came to pass. Ma Mamacharath, on the morrow. So Macharath Macharath is the morrow, the day after. Wa Amar. And it's like a Wa Amar. Amar is said. So like it, let me Amar. to say, speak, utter. So wa ba'amar, that said, root word is amar. Ha ba'kayaraf, that means the firstborn. So when you click on it, go into the Strongs, it'll say the firstborn daughter, firstborn of women, always used of women. So ha bakayaraf, ha is the preposition, bakayaraf, firstborn. Al, unto. Ha taza'ayara. So ha is a preposition to mean the. Taza'a, so like it. Taza'ayara. Taza'ayara. The root word is taza'ayara, which means the younger. So like it, which means younger. It means little, insignificant, young. Young, younger, youngest. Hun, behold, or lo. What's the other one? Lo, thou. Though, so like a though. Right. Behold. So behold, lo, or though. Then we have shakabathia. The root word is shakab, which means lie. In the sexual, in the manner of sexual relations. So like a mash, which means yesterday night. Yesterday, so like a yesterday, last night. Amash, with. Abaya, my father, right? The Abba is father, the Ya is my. So that's a prefix or preposition to mean my. Abaya, my father. Nashakwa nawa. The root word is shakwa. Nawa, as the preposition nawa or prefix is us. Let us. Shakwa is to give drink, cause to drink. All right, let us make him drink. Nashakwa nawa. Yayan, wine. Gum, also. It's also, and what's the other usage? Even, indeed, moreover. Also, halayala, right? Layal is night. This night. Wa ba'aya. So wa is and. The root word is ba'a, which means to go in, enter. Come, go in. To enter. Right? And go thou in. So enter. Shakabya. The root word is shakab. Again, lie. In the manner of sexual relations. I'm what? So I'm is a root word which means with him. The wa is a possessive. See, to mean him. Wa nakaya. Wa nakaya. And the root word is kaya, which means life. Kaya. Kaya means life, but to live, have life, remain alive. But in this context is the biblical usage of to preserve. To preserve alive. To preserve ma abayanawa. Ma is a preposition or prefix of or from. Every time you see the ma, it'll be of or from, right? From our father, of our father. Abaya. Nawa is our, is a possessive to mean our. So of our father, ma abayanawa. Root word is Abba, father. Zarai. Zarai is, let's look it up, H2233. Zarai, seed, offspring. So we have offspring, descendants, right? So they wanted to preserve seed of their father. And again, that's where you get the so-called Chinese and Japanese nations, where their biblical names are Moab, Ammon in the English. In the Hebrew is Mawa'aba, which is Moab, and Imowan, which is Ammon. And again, let me turn this over. Again, they have something called Mongoloism, because these two daughters came together to preserve seed from their father. They have something called Mongoloism, which is Down syndrome. That's why these people look. So like I want to say it, I don't know if I should say it, but they look retarded. So lock it. It's not my people, but that's how they look. Because they are a people of itself. Concept, retarded. Because they are a people of itself. Meaning And another thing too, that the so-called Jewish man does that a lot. You know, and the Egyptians did it. The water says the Egyptians did it. The who else is known? Right, the in the United Kingdom, they also do it. They lie down because they want to keep their. Supposedly, they say they want to keep a royal bloodline, but you know, how can a royal bloodline be a people of itself? You know, you're gonna have Mongoloism in that lineage, right? And I said this in the past where I saw a documentary where it was about the descendants of Genghis Khan, and then, you know, as I was watching it, it was like, oh, and this is the father. They said the father's name, and like this is the mother. They said the mother's name, and they're like, and this is the daughter, and this is the son, and this is the son of the father, which means that the daughter had the son, the daughter gave birth or preserved seed of her father, and they do it to this day because why? They are a people that are retarded. They don't have common sense, right? That's the reason why they eat dogs, they eat rats, cats, bats, salaki. Right. Salaki. But with that, I'm gonna read these announcements. Kawada for tuning in. Most High in Christ. Let me get these security announcements. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she may get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 through 10, means 10th. In the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to Treasury Department or teacher, Salakia. Priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocations. The upcoming holy convocation is the memorial of Feast of the Salakia, Memorial of the Trumpets, which is October 2nd. Salakia. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pant, headband, war scarf. And with that, the water. Class dismissed.